Well, we have been waiting just over 2 months to see some live hockey in Pittsburgh again with men who wear that Penguins logo on their chests. And tonight, we wait no more as the Prospect Challenge caps off the development camp here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, 3-on-3 style, all to play for the right to hoist the Michelle Briere Cup. Thanks for being along for the ride with us tonight, everybody. Alongside Michelle Crecchiolo of Pens Inside Scoop, I'm Josh Getzoff. Appreciate everyone out there tuning in on our live stream on PittsburghPenguins.com. And Michelle, we have some live hockey.
I cannot tell you how excited I am, Josh, to watch these prospects tonight. First of all, it's been just too long since we've had any hockey. And, second of all, this is the first step in their development towards becoming professional hockey players. And it's just exciting when you think about the players that have been at development camp in the past. Jake Gensel, Matt Murray, Brian Rust, Brian Dumoulin, a lot of players who are now contributing to the Pittsburgh Penguins at the NHL level. So this was the first step in their development path. So it's going to be exciting to see which players here tonight hopefully, make that journey, and it's going to be fun to watch them every step of the way. So it's going to be, I think, an exciting night for everybody. Expecting
a full house here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, and why not? People in this town have been waiting to see some hockey. As we mentioned, it's been a little over 2 months, but here's how it's going to break down tonight. It is a 3-on-3 tournament, as we said. Each game will be played 2 semifinal games. There's going to be one on the FedEx sheet of ice over here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Opposite us on another sheet of ice will be the other semifinal. The game that we're going to feature here is Team Crosby against Team Jagr. We'll get to the lineups in a moment, but we want to let you know for this matchup, it'll be 2 14-minute periods with a stop clock between whistles. The ice will be resurfaced between those semifinal games. And Michelle, penalties in these games are going to have an extra wrinkle to them.
Yes, all penalties will result in penalty shots. And the fun part about that for us and the fans, and I think everybody involved, is that every single player on the ice, apart from them, will line up behind them and chase them as they go to the net. So not only is there the added pressure of trying to score, they have the added pressure of trying to keep everybody else from getting the puck from them. So I think that's a fun little wrinkle that they put into this for all of us to watch.
We should mention, if any of the games are still tied at the conclusion of the regular action, it'll be an NHL-style shootout, so 3 men will go from each side, and then, of course, sudden death from that point. And the winner, again, will receive the Michelle Briere Cup. With that being said, we told you it's going to be Team Crosby against Team Jagr. Let's take a look at the lineups and begin with Tom Kostopoulos as Team Crosby. Kostopoulos, the head coach of that squad, and we'll start out with a forward. It's Roman Ashan, and a guy that, is looking to turn heads here in camp for the Penguins coming out of Wisconsin in the Big Ten as we move forward on the defenseman side. Nicholas Almari, Michelle.
He's someone that's been in the pipeline since 2016, drafted in the 5th round. So he's put on a lot of bulk over the years. He said he was at 165. Now he's at 190. So it's going to be interesting to see how that translates to his play. And I think someone we're excited to watch here tonight.
Jumping back up front, Chase Berger coming your way on your television screen. A forward and originally out of Penn State. Spent some time with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins last year as we transition back into the net with a name Penguins fans are getting to know in these development camps, Alex Dorio.
Yeah, he's someone that signed actually after coming to development camp as a free agent, going to the Prospects Challenge. Had a crazy year last year, played with 3 different teams. So he spent 1 game with Wilkes-Barre Scranton. So it was crazy for him, but he's definitely hoping to build off what he did last season.
So he was undrafted. Philip Hallander was drafted and also signed a contract with the Penguins.
Yeah, he's someone I think that fans should be excited to watch because when the Penguins drafted him, he said he loves Patrick Hornquist, compares his game to him. So definitely someone that isn't afraid to go to the dirty areas.
We'll whip through the next couple quickly for you. Defenseman Ryan Jones. We have a goaltender, Matt Jurasik. And then, of course, a last name that people around here know very well. In fact, the name graces the building we're in right now. Austin Lemieux out of Arizona State, back at Prospect Camp again.
Yeah, it's his 3rd consecutive one, and he actually just finished his 1st year at Arizona State. And he said it was a nerve-wracking experience because he was a redshirt the year before, but he said the pace started to slow as the year went on, so he's definitely looking to build off that too.
Valtteri Puustinen comes to us next, a draft pick for the Penguins.
Yeah, he's someone that was in the 7th round this past draft here, so it's been a whirlwind week for him, and he's definitely looking forward to showing fans what he can do here.
Back on the blue line, Tyler Spott, and then forward, Edwards Trelmax round out the roster for Team Crosby. As for Team Jagr, Brett Larson, the head coach for them, the head coach of St. Cloud State University, so he's going to take on a different role here as a different team's head coach. We'll get to that lineup in a moment as we roll on with game action, and we'll take you right to ice level right now. We're ready to get started here for this matchup between Team Crosby and Team Jagr as the puck is chipped towards the Jagr end of the ice. And now collected in the neutral zone by Philip Hallander. Knocked off the puck by Jared Spooner. Racing down the left wing, a shot shouldered aside by the goaltender. We should introduce you to him at the other end of the ice because that would be quite helpful. That's Alex Diorio down there for Team Crosby. Tuning in here on the live stream on PittsburghPenguins.com.
They were just as excited as us to get started here.
Yes, they were. Jared Spooner off the turnover. A shot sails up and over the net. On the far side, it's Austin Lemieux picking it up and skating past his own bench through the neutral zone. Knocked away from the puck by Spooner. Tosses it near side for Ronnie Allen. Passing it ahead for Sam Poulet, and there is the Penguins' first-round draft pick feeding it up the right wing side. Back in front it comes for Allen, skips off his stick and a race the other way. In comes Team Jagr. It's Puustinen across the way. A shot there is turned aside by Lemieux. Off the stick of Berger. Now back in the slot, it's Berger chipping it to the near corner. Race down there by Ronnie Allen, back down low. It's collected by Jake Lucchini, who finds Allen in the far corner. Chased after by Berger. A couple of bodies collide there as Bobby Trevino and Berger bump each other inside the attacking zone. Back the other way. It's Lucchini for Team Jagr down the left wing into the near corner. Knocked away from the puck as it skips up the near wall. Bodies come together and into the high slot the puck goes. Knocked away from a couple of players for Team Jagr and collected now by Team Crosby. Again, Team Crosby coached by Tom Kostopoulos in this game. Team Jagr coached by the head coach of St. Cloud State, Brett Larson. And in comes Crosby. Edwards Traumax in front. A centering pass came in on Lemieux. He made the save. Now to the near side. In the near corner, it's Clayton Phillips, the defenseman, another former Penguins draft pick, skating away with the puck.
Just finished his sophomore season at Minnesota, and he will be transferring this year. Not sure yet where he's going. He's in the middle of the process right now, but he's looking forward to a fresh start. Had some ups and downs in Minnesota, and he's going to be moving on from that.
Renar's trail marks. Over to Renar's Krastenbergs. Up the near side for Clayton Phillips. He's knocked away from the puck, and behind the net it comes for Trailmax. As he spins in front of his own goal. Just over 2 minutes gone in this first period. It's Team Jagr, Team Crosby on the opposite rink. Team Malkin and Team Lemieux facing off, and the winners of those two games will meet on this sheet of ice in a little under an hour for a chance to win the championship. Here the other way comes Sam Poulet, racing on the forehand. A shot and getting a piece was Diorio, and then it found iron. Sam Poulet right off the top, Michelle. We're seeing that talent come to the ice surface here.
That was some incredible anticipation there.
Jared Spooner back the other way for Team Jagr, knocked off the puck by Hallander, and he'll skate away with it. Will Philip Hallander misfires on the pass through the neutral zone. Poulet will track that down, now overskates the puck. It's picked up by Ryan Jones. In front of the Jagr bench, his pass near side for Puustinen, skating back into his own zone. Valtteri Puustinen.
Fun fact about him, his teammates in Finland call him Phil or Kessel because they remind him a lot of the Pens forward. So not so much personality-wise because they said they don't know Phil, obviously, but just because of his hands and his shot and his quickness. So I think that's it's kind of perfect that he got drafted by the Penguins with that being his nickname.
So face-off coming up here to Emil Larmy's left, and this is a name, Emil Larmy, that a lot of us have seen for the first time here over the last couple days of development camp, Michelle, and he has caught our eyes quite a few times.
Yes, he seems to have quite a big personality, and the way he plays, he's just athletic, he's competitive. Almost reminds us of Marc-Andre Fleury a little bit with how quickly he moves in net. And he just won a championship over in Finland with HBK, along with Nicholas Almari and Valtteri Puustinen. So the Finnish trio is coming off a very good year. And
that's HPK, as in Pittsburgh, not the old Penguin line. No,
right.
You said it correctly. I just want to make sure people know that it's not the reincarnation of a line from years past. Chance in front there for Chirito. That was steered wide of the net, and the other way comes Team Crosby. Racing it on the attack. Into the slot. On the backhand, a shot there from Almari. Goes off the outside of the net. Picked up now by Team Jagr as they skate out with it. Here's Michael Kim, saw some time last year with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. The outlet pass finds Krastenbergs, drops it, now fakes that drop pass. A man who spent last year largely with the Wheeling Nailers, over to Michael Kim. At the far point, he'll flip it into the far corner, chased after there by Phillips, naturally a defenseman, but playing deep here, naturally by the 3-on-3 situation. Kim picking it up, drifts back towards the blue line, across the way for Phillips. He'll chip it deeper into the zone for Krastenbergs. Good zone time here for Team Jagr. Centering in front for Phillips with a chance and denied in tight by Diorio. Now the puck behind the net. dug for by Krastenbergs, has a man fresh on the ice. It's Liam Ross. The pass behind him, and Ross is stripped of the puck, and look out here. The other way, racing in, is Team Crosby. Deking to the forehand is Traumachs, but he couldn't get the shot off. He knocks Ross off the puck. Traumachs stays with it. Down low, the pass comes below the goal line for Hallander. Works out with it to the near circle on the forehand. Drifts to the slot. Now curls back to the blue line. Flips it near side for Tyler Spott. He'll race on the near wall. Chipping it down low for Hallander, who rotates back into this circle. Looking for that shot again. Drops it for Lemieux. A shot. That's deflected up into the netting and out of play.
Good cycling work by this line here.
Yeah, I think it's interesting with 3-on-3, Michelle, because we see a lot of different kind of drills throughout these development camps. I mean, yesterday they spent, 15 minutes working on their edges.
Right.
But with 3-on-3, you really see the creativity come to the surface, I think, because they have so much open space, and you can kind of see the playmaking ability start to show itself for a lot of these guys, and we just saw that right there.
They have so much time and space, you're right, to make plays and not be afraid to make plays.
Out of the zone comes Ronnie Allen. A right wing feed for Poulet. Slipping it back across for Allen. Stick checked off the puck. And the other way goes Team Crosby. Puck deflected back to Allen for Poulet. Down the right wing. Cuts it on the backhand and couldn't get the shot off. Strong defensive play there and tight by Tyler Spott. And Spott will pick up the puck behind the Crosby net. Flips it up the right wing for Lemieux. Picking up speed. Knocked away from the disc by Jared Spooner, who rotates to the backhand and eludes Lemieux. Up the right wing and over the attacking line. Dropping it back for Poulin in the slot. Shoots one up and over the net. It bounces back behind the cage for Team Crosby to collect. He'll skate through center. Puustinen to the near circle. Flips one in on goal. That's covered by Larmy for a faceoff in the Jagr end.
Poulet already looks like a man amongst boys at times. He's just 18 years old, but he's 6'1", 212. He's already got the build. And he's got the aggression out there right now. He's really just making plays and isn't afraid to make plays.
Talked to him this week. He said he describes himself as a power forward with a skill set. And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, think Gabriel Landeskog. That's who I try to model myself after. So it's a pretty big name to model yourself after and put those expectations on yourself. A guy that was an NHL All-Star last year, and you're starting to see reasons why he thinks that.
Right. I mean, playing on that line with Nathan MacKinnon in Colorado, they were one of arguably the best line in hockey all last year.
And we'll watch the puck be gathered in the neutral zone now by Team Crosby. Back into their own zone, Valtteri Puustinen. Puustinen, of course, one of the Penguins' 5 draft picks this past year, a 7th rounder coming to Pittsburgh out of the Finnish League Liga. Lots of Finns in this year's camp.
Lots of Finns. They said they might need to start a gang there. There's so many of them, but it's exciting to see the success that such a small country has been having. They said hockey is everything there.
Here's a Sean with a shot. That came in on goal, kicked right out by Larmy. Good stops at either end of the ice right now by Larmy and Diorio as Traumachs will dig it out on the near wall. Losing control to Krastenberg, slaps it across the way. Picked up there by Ross, and now Clayton Phillips.
This is definitely a situation where I think Phillips is going to shine. He's an offensive defenseman. He can really skate, solid puck mover. He's got great vision. This is the kind of situation where someone like him will shine. There's
a chance for Phillips, and it's kicked right out point blank by Diorio. Alex Diorio with a couple nice stops in tight for Team Crosby. Back in comes Poulin, twisting and turning on the forehand to the backhand, then finally losing control of the puck in the near corner. Back to the point for Allen. Now Poulin swings it across the way. That's intercepted by Lemieux. He'll skate out with it, flipping it back into his own zone. Picked up by Team Crosby's Philip Hallander. That name, of course, should ring a bell. A 2nd rounder for the Penguins back in 2018. The 58th overall pick. Says he's experienced a lot of growth in his game because, as he put it, he's playing against men in the Swedish Hockey League over there.
Yeah, just 18 years old.
Back in comes Team Crosby on the attack. It's Puustinen at the right circle, putting it down low. A centering pass in front from Berger comes back to Puustinen, swatted away from him by Larmy. Into the near corner. Spooner and Puustinen battle for it there. Berger chips it up the wall for Puustinen. Works out with it, back to the point for Jones. Fake shot, knocks it to the near side. Picked up by Berger. Back in front for Puustinen. Dances to the slot between the hashes from his knees. A centering pass just misses Jones. And now Ryan Jones up the far wall, trickling it back down low for Pustonen with 5:15 to play here in this first period. Again, 2 14-minute periods as back in comes Team Crosby. A chance there from Almari, kicked away by the shoulder, rather, of Larmy.
We talk about how much fun this is for the players, but for the goalies, maybe not so much.
They will be sweating the most at the end of this. I think that's fair to say. Emil Larmy, a guy, though, that we've seen him kind of twisting and turning there in the blue paint as he's tended goal during this tournament. Back up comes Jake Lucchini, dancing in inside out. A man cuts to the net on the forehand, and the save made by Diorio. Of course, a great job done here by everyone involved to put this 3-on-3 tournament together. As we can see, a packed house at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, and a big shout out to those within the Penguins staff that make this tournament happen.
Yeah, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes to put all this together, to get 41 prospects into Pittsburgh right after the draft happens. There's so much going on, and to make it, all work, you have to give so much credit, especially to Eric Keesley, who is the manager of hockey operations, and Michelle Coliani, who is the executive assistant to the vice president. They have done a ton of the heavy lifting here to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a lot, as you mentioned. People just show up and see the players here.
Right.
And then you think about where people are coming from. I wrote it down today because it was interesting. The leagues represented. You got the AHL, the WHL, the Liga, QMJHL, the OHL, the USHL. A shot there from the left wing from Traumax is scooped up by Larmy. And continuing further, U Sports in Canada, some of the Canadian universities. The NCAA, of course, heavily represented here. 15 different colleges at this camp. Swedish Hockey League, the ECHL, and all those people have to get to Pittsburgh for this 3-4 day camp. There's a lot of people that make it happen.
Exactly. And then once they're here, they have meals, they have activities. You were part of a Penn Chef cooking competition, which I'm sure we'll talk about at another point, but just a lot for these guys, for them to learn how to, like we said at the top, be a professional.
Still full from that, by the way. As the puck
I was pretty jealous.
Yeah,
that food looked great.
You should be. It was good. Here comes Hallander back in for Team Crosby. Back to the point for Lemieux, walking the blue line. Austin Lemieux to the near side for Hallander, rotating out. Across the way for Lemieux. At the far circle, snaps it back towards the slot. That's intercepted by Phillips. He starts out with it. Chips it up the left wing for Ronnie Allen. Over the attacking line. Passes back to Phillips, losing control of the puck. And back in their own zone comes Team Crosby. Here's Chase Berger. Again, if you're just joining us, Berger, a name that some Pennsylvania hockey fans will be familiar with. The former Penn State Nittany Lion. Appeared in 6 games last year with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Valtteri Pustonen spins on the near wall, back down low for Team Crosby. They've been on the attack for a large portion of the last few minutes of this contest. 3:20 to play here in this first period. And as I say that, the other way goes Team Jagr. Jared Spooner at the near circle snapshot. That just missed the net. Back out to the neutral zone it comes. Chased down by Team Jagr. And played now for the collection of Jared Spooner. He'll drop it back for Michael Kim. Over center red, now the attacking line. Drops it. Into the slot dances Trevino. Picks up the puck to the far circle. On the backhand, a shot stopped by Diorio. As the puck trickles to the far side, and a nice outlet pass there sends Crosby's team the other way. Racing in on goal. On the backhand, a shot there. Sails up and over the net for Machan. Now back out to center. It's Almari chipping it ahead. That was nearly offsides. Ashan races in down the left wing, cuts in, shoots, and a save made by Larmy. The puck loose. It's behind the net for Lucchini, and he has it. Skating out with it for Team Jagr. And he'll flip it all the way down out of the reach of Krastenbergs. No icing as Krastenbergs was the first man there. Knocked away from the puck. A strong play there by the defense, or forward rather, Edwards Traumax. Swings it up the right wing. Nice outlet pass finds Almari. Racing in right circle, shot stop made by Larmy. And he tries to play it, but the whistle sounded. And a face-off coming up in the Jagr zone.
That was a sneaky shot there. I think Larmy thought it was either going high to his blocker side, but he tried to go low 5-hole. And he had some trouble covering it up, but he was able to get a glove on it and get the stoppage there.
So both Emil Larmy and Alex Diorio have been perfect so far for Team Jagr and Team Crosby respectively. No score, 2:15 to play in this first period. 2 14-minute periods. That's the tale that will be written here tonight. Centering pass in front for Hallander. Cuts in on goal, and a great stop made by Larmy. The rebound sitting there, thrown towards the cage. It's loose in the blue paint. Dug for and coming out to the near circle, where it's picked up by Krastenbergs, who knocks it out to center. And a man ahead of the pack, Ronnie Allen. In on a breakaway. Forehand to the backhand. Deeks, and he's stopped there by Diorio. As the puck comes to the far side. Sam Poulin works off a check. Centering pass in front, Krastenbergs. Curls, drags, tries to flip it towards the net, and he's poke checked by Diorio. Puck still controlled by Team Jagr. It's Poulin chipping it around a man. Nice move, centering pass, trickles in on goal. DiOrio thinks smartly on that one and covers up with a ton of pressure from Team Jagr.
What a display of goaltending we saw there, with Lemieux getting some help from his friends. A nice save there from one of his teammates to keep the puck from crossing the goal line, but tremendous work.
So this face-off, or we have a penalty here. I think we do. So Sam Poulin, this is what we told you about earlier. This would be a penalty shot, but he's going to be chased by everyone on the ice as he races in. So Poulin comes in on the penalty shot, deeks to the forehand, and a save made again by DiOrio.
And play just continues on from there. It started to open up here, Josh.
It really has. Pustin in a centering pass for Jones, stripped of the puck, and a breakaway the other way. In comes Team Jagr. It's Bobby Trevino in on goal on the forehand, shoots and scores! Trevino opens the scoring and puts Team Jagr on the board, 1-0.
Bobby Trevino is a free agent out of UMass Amherst. They went all the way to the NCAA championship game last year, and he was a big part of that, and you can see why by the finishing on that play. Tremendous pass, and plenty of patience for him just to go in. And I believe that was 5-hole, Josh.
And it was right as you called it, Michelle. Things were starting to open up, and here they come the other way. It's Edwards Traumarks looking to tie it, answered by Lemieux. Just as things start to open up, the scoring chances seem to expand.
They're coming fast and furious now.
Clayton Phillips circling back with a minute left in this first period. He finds Michael Kim. Spins at the near circle. Cross ice pass for Phillips. Fakes the shot. Fans on it, rather. Now to the near side for Trevino, the goal scorer. Passing it across the way as some more pressure put on by Team Jagr. Michael Kim will walk along the blue line. Finds Phillips. Fresh into the zone comes Jared Spooner. Tries to sidestep a man. Knocked the puck away from him. Did Team Crosby. Now it's picked up by Edwards Traumax. Into his own zone. As Team Crosby works it out with 30 seconds left in the period. It's Almari. Up the right wing for Hollander. At the near circle. Dances around a man to the forehand. Cuts in on goal. Tries to outweight Lemieux and shoots it wide of the net. As it bounces now to the near side. Picked up by Jared Spooner. Behind the Team Jagr net with 13 seconds to go. Looking for the home run pass. Knocked down smartly there by Austin Lemieux, who tries to settle that bouncing puck with 8 seconds left as he trickles back into his own zone. Lemieux puts on the brakes, and that will do it for the first period of play here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. So Team Jagr on a goal by Bobby Trevino. A breakaway beauty has the 1-0 lead.
And able to finish it off. Before that, the goaltenders, Alex DiOrio and Emil Lemieux, they brought their A games. They're here to impress, and they made some incredible stops, but Bobby Trevino was finally able to solve Alex DiOrio down at the other end. And, he told me that, he's a smaller player. He is only 5'8", 146. So he's got room to grow in that regard. He said, but he's a gritty player who plays hard, plays fast, but has some skill, and I think we saw it there on that breakaway goal for him to have those hands to finish it off the way he did.
So that is kind of what we expected as far as what's happening now for Team Crosby. They were the only team because of the 5 goalies in camp with 2 teams on their roster. So Alex DiOrio, who played very well, I mean,
right.
he had some pretty good opportunities coming his way. He's finished now after the first period of play as another fresh 14 minutes is put on the clock for the second period. And Matt Jurasic is going to jump in goal now for Tom Kostopoulos' Team Crosby. And Jurasic, another college product in this camp for the Penguins. Yeah,
he's actually been with a few different teams the last few years. He played for Wisconsin in 2015-16, went back to the USHL with Sioux City for the 17-18 season, and just played this past season with Michigan Tech. So he's been to a few different teams, but he's got plenty of experience, I'm sure. And he said in terms of his playing style, he likes to compete, uses his athleticism in net. He knows he's not the biggest guy, so he has to stick to fundamentals, compete, and use technique to make saves. So that's what we can expect to see from Matt Jurasic here tonight.
Jurasic 9-11-2 in 23 games with Michigan Tech last year. And the first thing that comes to mind for me when I look at him, and you mentioned the teams he's played for, those are Michigan Tech pads. But I imagine he's gone through a few different sets with all the schools that he's backstopped.
A lot of hard reps breaking those pads and those gloves in.
We're back underway as dancing in is Valtteri Puustinen, shoots and scores. And how about that? Just 11 seconds into this second period, we have a tie game. It's Valtteri Puustinen for Team Crosby.
I like the way that he just powered around the defender with no fear, no hesitation, just drove straight to the net and was able to finish off that play.
And back the other way comes Ronnie Allen, dancing towards the net. He's had some offensive moments so far in this contest, as he plays it behind the Crosby net. Picked up there by Trailmax, up the near wall. It's corralled by Berger as he dances back behind his own cage. Chase Berger being pestered by Jared Spooner as he knocks the puck to the near side with 30 seconds gone in this second period. And if you just turned us on, the game was just tied about 15 seconds ago, courtesy of Valtteri Puustinen. 7th round pick for the Penguins this past draft. Shot there from the far circle was turned aside. Looked like it may have caught the mask of Larmy. He's no worse for wear. And the other way goes Jake Lucchini. Down the right wing into the attacking zone. Lucchini shoots up and over the net it goes.
Another Michigan Tech product there. Jake Lucchini.
Back comes Trailmax. He's knocked away from the puck as it's collected by Trevino. Yeah, Jake Lucchini, from what I understand, turned a couple heads with how he played in Wilkes-Barre, too, after being signed as an undrafted free agent. 6 goals in 15 games, correct?
Correct. Yeah, he was able to play a decent amount with them, I think, which he said helped him a lot when it came to that. But, you know, he's someone that signed with the team after coming to development camp last year. So he already had turned heads at that and then really impressed when he got to Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Here's
Nicholas Almari cutting behind the Jagr net, stripped of the puck. Nice play there by Clayton Phillips. Up the right wing looking for Krastenbergs. The puck slowed down by the ice here. It is hot outside after all. It's not going to be the best. As the puck is collected now by Team Crosby. In comes Austin Lemieux. Shoots it and a save made. Getting a piece of it with the glove was Larmy. Now to the near side. Puck dug for in the corner. Almari leaned into on the play by Phillips. And Phillips comes away with it. Clayton Phillips, you can see a strong player, really strong on his skates, good skater, good first pass. A lot of things you want to see from a defenseman. Krastenberg's cutting in, puts on the brakes along the goal line, centering pass in front, just missed Liam Ross, who digs the puck out in the near corner. And now drifts back out to the point, dropping it for Poulet. At the near circle, tries to dance around a man, stripped to the puck. And one-on-one the other way for Team Crosby comes Puustinen, the goal scorer, dances around Spooner. Collects the puck at the far circle, now backhands it towards the net. Had a man cutting Berger, but it was intercepted by Poulet. He skates through the neutral zone, over the attacking line, puts on the speed, down the right wing, cuts on the backhand, looking short side, and almost caught Jurasik. But Matt Jurasik able to make the save with the shoulder. Now the puck out to the neutral zone. And controlled by Team Crosby. 1-1 the score. 11 minutes to play here in this second and final period. And again, as we mentioned earlier, if this game is still tied, we'll do a shootout. Don't anticipate it being tied.
Yeah, the way this has been opening up, I think that will be okay.
Here comes Team Jagr. Jared Spooner the other way over the attacking line, cutting to the high slot with the puck on his stick. Shoots it in a save made by Jurasik. He'll cover up.
Poulet has been fun to watch so far, hasn't he been, Josh? I mean, he's just really noticeable when it comes to making plays out there. And he's letting the game come to him, which I think is important.
For those
not trying to do too much.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. For those of us that maybe did not see the article, I know you and Sam Kassan, Penn's Inside Scoop, wrote a story about his relationship with Jocelyn Thibault. I talked to him a little bit about that. He said he actually spent 2005 Christmas in Pittsburgh with Jocelyn Thibault when he was the goaltender for the Penguins. A chance there from Lucchini. What a stop by Jurasik as he lunges across, makes the save, and knocks the puck out of play.
Just what an incredible story that is.
It really is interesting. He's saying he was in here for 2005 for Christmas, spent it in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins were playing the Devils. Of course, that was Sidney Crosby's rookie year at that time. And he went to the morning skate, met Sidney Crosby, but also met, because the Devils were in town, Marty Brodeur.
Wow.
So for a guy of that age to, you know, get those connections from the Godfather, I'm sure Jocelyn Thibault shot up the ranks as far as popularity at that moment.
And Jocelyn Thibault told us that he wanted Samuel to be a goalie and got him my goalie pads for, I think, Christmas. It might have been that year or at least one Christmas. But alas, it did not work. He did not end up going to be a goalie. He is obviously a very good forward. But it's just, yeah, it's just incredible. Jocelyn Thibault played with Samuel Poulet's father, Patrick, who was a first-round pick of the Hartford Whalers, 9th overall in '91, and he played 634 NHL games. So it's just incredible that Samuel's had these role models and leaders in his life to learn from as he embarks on his path of becoming a professional hockey player.
And ironically enough, his dad's name was called by Eddie Johnston when he was the GM of the Hartford Whalers, just to bring it all full circle for the Penguins. There's always some kind of tie-in, right?
Always something.
Play continuing here with 9:45 to play in this second period. 1-1 the score. The goal scorer is Bobby Trevino for Team Jagr. Valtteri Puustinen for Team Crosby. Trevino in the first, Puustinen in the second. And here's Almari through the neutral zone for Team Crosby. A centering pass that's knocked off Almari's stick by Spooner as they come together now behind the net. Almari digging for it, centering pass again, this time intercepted by Liam Ross. Flings it up the right wing for Ronnie Allen, skips off his stick. Picked up by Chase Berger back in his own zone. Berger skating out of his own end over that Penguin logo at center. Drops it back now for Roman Ashan as he chips it into the zone. Gets his own pass, shoots it in on goal, and a save made by Larmy, who actively plays the puck, and that was smart because it's setting up a breakaway the other way. Jared Spooner in on goal, shoots just wide of the net. Bounces up to the far wall, picked up by Spooner in front for Trevino. The goal scorer for Team Jagr cuts it on goal on the forehand and drives that one wide of the net. Back out to center it comes. Liam Ross scooping it up there. 8.5 minutes to go in this second period. 1-1 the score. Trevino back in his own zone. Feeds it up the left wing for Lucchini. Over the attacking line, near circle shot, stopped there by Jurisic as it comes to the near side. Battled for in that near corner and scooped out now by Lemieux. Up the left wing for Hallander. Through the neutral zone. Philip Hallander cuts to the high slot, still holding the puck on his stick at the circle. Shoots it off the post. It went past Larmy, but not in. And bounces to the near wall. Hallander, good puck retrieval there to get it back to the point. Picked up by Ryan Jones, a blast. That's stopped as Larmy kicks out the rebound, and out comes Team Jagr. Renars Krastenbergs over the line, down the left wing. Cuts in, shoots, and a save made there by Jurisic. He'll hang on.
Hallander has been so impressive so far. Second round pick of the Penguins in 2018. The Penguins traded up to get him, so they really wanted this kid. And he's really showing some flashes here today of that offensive ability. You know, not just that willingness to go to the hard areas, but that physical strength where he's able to body guys and stay on the right side of the puck and really protect it and keep possession.
One-timer off the face-off there by Michael Kim was driven wide. Now Poulet with it. Tries to dance around another man. I appreciate this. Sam Poulet is trying to show off a little bit of fancy skill work here, and that's fine. You have the space. Why not? It is 3-on-3. We see this kind of stuff all the time at the highest level. That's where they learn it from, right?
Right. And when you've got all of the Penguins management and coaches watching you, you definitely want to show them everything you have and leave it all out there. And actually, his father and mother are here today watching him play. So, you know, I talked to him about tonight, and he said he's super excited to put on the Penguins jersey for the first time, and it's extra special having his parents here in the stands watching.
Here comes Team Crosby's Chase Berger with a shot. That deflected off a stick up over the net. Picked up now by Ronnie Allen. Sidesteps a man out the right wing. And now into the attacking zone comes Trevino at the right circle. Back in front for Allen. Knocks it down with the glove to the stick, but couldn't get the shot off. As it's spun up to the point for Spooner, he takes a hit from Trailmax. Scooped up by Team Crosby, and out to center it goes. Tyler Spott knocked away from the puck by Allen. Nice pass there in tight to find Spooner, and he charges back in on the attack. Spooner knocking it below the goal line. He'll retrieve it himself. Run into by Trailmax, stays with the puck. Nice play to get it back to Trevino. Spooner chasing it below the goal line, spins away from Trailmax, finding Trevino. Dancing along the goal line is Trevino, now behind the net, losing control of the puck, gets it back. He's hit by Spott. They dig for it. Puck still rolling behind the cage. Scooped out by Team Crosby as Berger plays it deeper into his own zone. And now Spott, the outlet pass, nearly finds Philip Hallander, who, as Michelle mentioned, has been very active in this game so far. Puck kept in by Lemieux, down low for Hallander. Looking for a man to join as he curls into the corner. Now Hallander drifting back out to the point, plays it to Jones. Along the goal line, Ryan Jones, leaned on by Krastenberg, stays with the puck. Good work there as he gets it back to the point for Hallander. Hallander, a shot blocked off by Krastenberg's out the center. Hallander, good puck possession there to keep it away from Krastenberg, who was all over the Swedish forward for the Penguins. Now Jones back in his own zone. Curling to the near side as he pops it up the near wall, kept in by Ross. Chipping it up that wall as it rolls along a couple of bodies, and now finally back out to center where it's scooped up by Poulet. Sam Poulet, the 21st pick in this month's NHL entry draft. First Penguins pick in a handful of years in the first round. And the only first-round pick in this camp right now.
Yeah.
In comes Chase Berger. Down the right wing, losing control of the puck. Poulet picks it up, dishes it up the near wall. Scooped up there by Trevino. He'll race in on the attack. A cross-ice pass just misses Ross. Almari leaned on by Ross with 4:45 to play in this second period. Still looking for the tiebreaker. It's 1-1. Coming out with it is Team Crosby. Skating through the neutral zone now, Almari. And on the attack, dances through a couple skaters. On the forehand, a shot kicked out by the left pad of Larmy. Fin on fin crime there.
Teammate on teammate crime there.
That's true.
In both senses of the word, both here at Penguins camp and back in Finland.
Back the other way, Team Jagr on the attack. Trevino finding Kim. He'll skate back out to center as fresh legs hit the ice. You have to remember 3-on-3, so the lungs are probably burning quite a bit right now for some of these guys as bodies collide. It allows an opening for Michael Kim. Skating in on the backhand, dishes it through the legs and scores. Michael Kim with a pretty goal to break the deadlock. Just under 4 minutes to go. And Team Jagr back in front, 2-1.
That was just a beautiful sequence from start to finish. The way he was able to sidestep around the first defender. Beautiful deke to put it past Drusik. You know, Michael Kim is somebody who's on an AHL-only contract, so he spent some time in Wilkes-Barre. He's someone that has really showed some flashes of offense, which we just got there.
There's another flash of offense as Jake Lucchini finds the back of the net. Now it's 3-1, so a little bit of cushion here with 3:45 to play for Team Jagr.
Right as you talked about the tie, they went out and they broke it.
Don't they want to entertain these people with a shootout? What's the deal here?
I know.
Jake Lucchini, as we mentioned earlier, a guy that played very well for Wilkes-Barre Scranton when he joined the Baby Pens last year after coming out of college.
There was a whole crop, Josh, of players that joined Wilkes-Barre Scranton, either from their junior teams or from their colleges. And he said he felt like the veteran of the group, having spent more time playing a few more games there than the rest of them did. Kalen Addison was someone, Michael Kim was someone, John Lazat, Jordy Bellerive, Chase Berger, Jan Drosk, Brandon Hawkins, and Alex Diorio. So they all went in together, and they said it was a fun learning experience for them and to experience it together as a group.
And for any of our fans that are watching tonight in the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area, those names Michelle just mentioned, there are a lot of them that are going to be wearing that Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins uniform this season. A lot of guys to keep eyes on, and we know how things go with these Penguins seasons. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they could be up here. There's a chance. Almari down low finding a man, and that chance for Puustinen was turned aside by Larmy.
And I think a lot of these players, you see them now at development camp watching them, but those guys will all be at training camp come September. So it'll be another chance to watch them, another chance for them to make an impression on the Penguins management and coaching staff.
Dancing a man is Almari with a shot, score! Nicholas Almari. Pretty play there, and the finish to boot, and it's a one-goal game, 3-2.
And let us remind you, he's a defenseman who just made an incredible offensive play there to score a gorgeous goal. Someone we were looking forward to watching, and he did not disappoint. Sidestepped and just fired it short side. Great play from the Finn. I almost said Swede.
In comes Traumarks, a Latvian, as he is knocked down off the puck. The puck to the near side. Rashan with a chance as he turns and fires one up over the net. Now bouncing into the crease, and alert there was Larmy to cover up the puck with Traumarks right on top of him. And all of a sudden, a push there from Team Crosby. We have a one-goal game with 1:57 to play. These guys want to win this Michelle Briere Cup, Michelle.
Yeah, there's actually a few guys who are vying to become the first ever two-time Michelle Briere Cup champions. Alex Diorio is one, and Jake Lucchini is another, and so is Clayton Phillips. All these guys here, they want to make history, Josh.
Here's Sam Poulet the other way, centering pass in front, knocked off the stick of Team Jagr, and back the other way comes Team Crosby, looking for the equalizer. Centering pass bounces to the near circle, swatted at by Jones atop the crease. It sits, now bouncing over the head of Hallander, and look out here. Sam Poulet with a chance for a breakaway, nearly lost the edge, stays with the puck on the forehand, dekes it on goal, and couldn't get the shot off. It was knocked off his stick at the last moment by Ryan Jones.
That play was started by Emil Larmy. Josh, he's been active, and you love to see that from a goaltender because it shows confidence, that aggression. It really shows that they're able to make plays, and they're not nervous and they're not afraid. And Emil Larmy that's the second play he set up so far here today.
Almari looking for the tie. That shot denied by Larmy, and to the bench goes Jurisic for the extra attacker. So 4-on-3 now for Team Crosby. They trail by a goal, and they are now down by 2. Bobby Trevino with the empty netter seals this one, all but seals it for Team Jagr, who may have just punched their ticket to the championship.
Bobby Trevino with 2 goals, playing a big part in his team, hopefully advancing to the next round. For someone like him, a free agent, this is a chance for not only for him to show what he's capable of, but it's also, the Penguins are trying to recruit free agents like him to come and join the organization. There's been a number of players who have done that. Zach Aston-Reese is one that comes immediately to mind. Jake Lucchini is another that attended this camp and ended up signing a deal. So it works both ways when it comes to trying to get these players to join the Penguins organization. And he's definitely making a great impression so far here today, Bobby Trevino.
His team in front 4-2 with 30 seconds to play. Tyler spot controlling. He's knocked away from the puck by Liam Ross. His Team Jagr with the lead, now throwing the body around a little bit. Both Spooner and Ross with some big hits on this shift. And Spooner dancing in on goal, and a shot there denied by Jurisic. Puck comes back out towards center off the stick of Team Crosby with 13 seconds to play. Up ahead it goes for Ashan. He's knocked away from the puck. And back in comes Team Crosby's Ryan Jones. Drops it for Trelmax to the slot. Shoots it and deflected wide of the net. 2 seconds to go in 1, and that'll do it. Team Jagr, backstop by Emil Larmy, is headed to the championship game where they will meet the winner of Team Malkin and Team Lemieux's matchup, which is just wrapping up on the opposite sheet of ice here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. So we will get you that championship in about 15-20 minutes or so here on our live stream. But before that, your thoughts on a pretty impressive win for Team Jagr.
I think it's tough to be the first game is always tough, especially in a situation like this, because a lot of these kids, this is their first time ever putting on the Penguins jersey. So it's nerve-wracking, it's overwhelming, it's exciting, it's so many emotions, I think, going through a lot of these kids. So I think we saw that initially, Josh. I think they were maybe feeling each other out a bit. Not a whole lot of action, some great goaltending to start, but once it opened up, this was really fun to watch, and a lot of these guys have really been impressive so far.
So we're going to get a fresh ice cut here as the teams shake hands. And obviously Team Crosby will head to the locker room. Team Jagr will also head to the locker room but prepare for a championship game coming up momentarily. Until then, enjoy some Pens TV programming, and we will see you back here for the 3-on-3 championship game as 2 teams will compete for the Michel Briere Cup.